Hello and welcome to the PMQ Live Update for today, Thursday, May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I am here with two very special guests, Jerry Belcastro and Manda Cicirella, both with the Pizza Cook-Off Association. What is the Pizza Cook-Off Association, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you what, you're in the right place because we're going to tell you. So, Jerry, why don't you say hello to the world?
Hello, everybody. How you doing out there?
All right, Manda, what about you? Why don't you let us know you can talk?
Hi, everybody.
It was almost like there was no sound coming out. That would have been fun if you'd have done that. But all right, so we have, like I said, Jerry and Manda here with the Pizza Cook-Off Association. And without any kind of further ado, honestly, why don't we just jump right into it? I did want to let everybody know that this is a brand new series of exciting pizza competitions. And if you have questions, you can put the questions in the comment section in Facebook or YouTube, wherever you're watching, and we will see the questions, and Jerry and Manda will be able to answer them in real time. So without further ado, what is the PCA, guys?
All right, I'll start this off by saying how I got my idea. I was a restaurant owner back out of college back in the 80s. And from there, about 3 years ago before COVID, my wife and I sparked an interest in judging barbecue competitions. And we actually judged for the Georgia Barbecue Association. And in doing a few of those competitions, I found out about the Steak Cook-Off Association. That association fascinated me because that event you could do in one day compared to a barbecue event where the barbecue events usually take place in 2 days. So I thought, hey, why not pizza? And what really pushed me over the edge was the History Channel show Foods That Built America. They had an episode on there where Domino's and Pizza Hut got their start. And I could actually relate to that because I was in the business back in the mid 80s when they came on board. And we had a monopoly in our little town for 5 years before they came in. But watching that episode, and those two guys, they're two brothers actually from each, from Pizza Hut and Domino's, showed all their struggles and getting that off the ground. So I said, hey, if those guys could do it, I'm going to take a chance and trying to put this together myself. So briefly, I took the best of all the rules from a bunch of different associations and try to create my own and try to make it unique in itself to, a little bit different from the other associations.
Well, so it's going to be different from a lot of the pizza competitions that some of these pizza guys are used to, in the fact that it's highly modeled after the barbecue competitions, in the fact that you're presenting 5 separate dishes to 5 separate judges and things like that. It's not their everyday pizza competition that they're used to, correct?
Correct.
And mainly just in setup, basically.
But yes, just in setup. We could go through that progression of the event if you want to get into it.
Well, yeah, I was going to say at this point, who could compete? Amanda, I did put you over there. If you just move your arms around really fast if you need to get back up on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So So Jerry, why don't you tell us? We told us a little bit about the PCA and where it came from and why you're doing this. Why don't you tell us who could compete in the PCA?
Okay. Anyone over 18 can compete. I have a website you can go to, and Brian will put that up on the board for us. And basically, anyone over 18, you sign up to be a member first, and then as events come up, you can register to either cook in that event. It's very easy on the website. It's very user friendly. You go to memberships and sign up that way. And once you're a member, then you can sign up for different events that'll be posted on the judges page and events page.
Good. Yeah. So there's several different levels of membership, and it's a one-time fee basically that you guys pay to become a member of the Pizza Cook-Off Association. And then however many events are had throughout the year, you've paid that membership for already. You don't have to pay it every single time. So
that's correct.
There we go.
Yep.
All right. Well, then, so now we know who could compete and where they can register. What are these competitions about? What are the pizzas? pizzas, what are they judged on, I should say?
Yeah. So, you know, we have a website you can go to, and Brian will put that up on the board for us. And basically, anyone over 18, you sign up to be a member first, and then as events come up, you go to memberships and sign up that way. And once you're a member, then you can sign up for different events that'll be posted on the judges page and events page.
Okay.
Yeah. So you are able to bring any kind of heat source to cook on your pizzas on. You could have a portable pizza oven. You could have a regular grill with a stone. You could have a smoker. So basically, any heat source you want to use to make your best pizza, that is permissible. We also are going to provide some alpha pizza ovens for cooks to cook on if you don't have your own oven. That's going to be an option at many of these events. And we just ask when you register, there's going to be a place on there that's going to designate whether you're going to use your own oven or you're going to use one of our ovens. Our plans are to have 3 different ovens at 3 different temperatures. We'll have a wood-fired oven and 2 gas ovens.
Okay, so we're going to have different sets of, and apologies, I was looking for a note that I was supposed to set up the judging criteria. And of course I did not. So basically, Jerry, you jumped ahead of me a little bit. I didn't get a chance to wrangle you in. So why don't we tell them a little bit about how these pizzas are going to be judged? What are they going to be judged on? Its appearance is the first one.
Yeah, appearance. So the pizza will be cooked. You'll cook 2 pizzas. You'll turn in your best pizza. It'll be uncut and presented to the judges on appearance first. And then the pizza will get cut. And after that, it'll get judged on construction. So basically, construction means how that pizza is built, whether all the ingredients, the toppings, the cheese, the sauce, it's all in a good ratio. And then we're going to judge crust on its own, and then finally taste.
Okay.
So your preliminary judging will be judged on these 4 categories, and then the top 5 people will be competing again. They'll cook the second time for the finals. And when we judge that for the finals, it'll be those same 4 categories. And we're going to add another category, which is overall impression. And that category is going to be scored to where there's no ties in the event.
Okay. An overall impression is, you were explaining, it's best out of 10, but they're pretty much done at a decimal level so that we can avoid any kind of numerical tie.
Correct.
Trust me, I know. I'm not sure if others have had this, but ties in a competition are not fun. And if you're not prepared to have multiple prizes, you are screwed, as the French say. So, Amanda, what are your thoughts on this Pizza Cook-Off Association? I know you've jumped in and you've been around the barbecue competition circuit before, so you're very familiar with that side. But you also did a lot with the Mid-America Restaurant Expo.
Yes.
I was going back to NAPIX, Pizza and Ice Cream. So tell us a little bit about your thoughts on this.
I think it's amazing. It's what all the pizziolas have been asking for. The restaurant tours, just the small mom and pop shops. Everybody wants more competitions. Not everybody can always afford every year to go to Vegas for a week, can go to Atlantic City, or the big one, going over to Italy for a week or 2. That adds up, especially now with, staffing issues and such. People can't get away for that long. So to bring these more local and to have multiple competitions, and also stuff that the everyday person can compete in. You don't have to own a shop. You can just be somebody at home that loves to cook pizza every week and throw your hat in the ring. Why not try and go against the big guys? It's great.
That's talk about bragging rights. Oh, look, I just found that note. It was under the keyboard.
Good spot for it.
So we do have a question here, and it's for good friend Dave Conti, U.S. Pizza Team member, and he wants to know Northeast competitions and the plans. So he wants to know if there are any. Dave, why don't you hold on for a minute, because there might be, there may be, there could be. That's the only way I can think how to put it. So
there definitely is, and those details are coming up here very soon.
Soon in this thing, or in this chat?
Yes.
Or...
Yes, we will be telling you here in a few moments.
Oh, well, there you go, Dave. So stick around, and don't send me texts afterwards just because you got my number. Pay attention here. All right, so we've talked. Yeah, you get extra brownie points for the team. Here we go. All right, so the first event we're going to be talking about is May 14th, 2022. This is the first Pizza Cook-Off event, and basically they're just called Pizza Cook-Offs. Is that what they're called? They're just called the Pizza Cook-Offs, or?
Yes, but yeah, Pizza Cook-Offs.
All right. So the first one's going to be May 14th in a couple weeks in McDonough, Georgia, which is just south of Atlanta, about 40 minutes, something like that. So again, if you want to register for this event, go to the pizzacookoff.com to get registered and find out all the rules for the event. Now, Jerry's kind of gone through some of them before, but I want to kind of go back and hit some of the big questions that a lot of people who compete always ask, such as ovens. Now, Jerry, you said that we do provide ovens, but they have the option to bring their own if they want.
That's correct. 3 ovens will be provided. Like I said, two ovens will be gas. Our plans are try to those people cooking on gas. One, we're going to just try to make those gas ovens as close to the temperature you cook at as possible, and then the other one will be wood fired. So we know where that temp's going to be, up around 850 degrees.
Okay, and those ovens, we know what they're going to be, right? They are Alpha 40, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so there are 2 models of that, and when you say like gas and wood, they're very much these domed models, where they kind of become gas assists at this point, because you can put wood in there if you want. So we do have the you said the Allegro and the Brio. So we'll have 1 Allegro and 2 Brios.
Yes.
All right, and the Allegro is going to be our large one, and it's going to be
Wood fire. Yes.
Wood. Okay. And then the Brio is going to be, these are going to be gas assist.
Correct.
Okay. And so having three ovens ready to go means at least 2 competitors can be cooking at a time. So I want you to kind of give us a little bit of the rundown on how people are going to be competing.
Yeah. So you basically, when you sign in, you're going to take a pick out from and draw a time that you're going to cook. So like Brian said, we're going to stagger those times where you basically get 15 minutes to cook your 2 pizzas. You definitely turn them in faster than that, but then we're going to have the person behind that. We're going to stagger that to where we're getting pizzas turned in pretty quickly. But you're turning in your best one, and the other one, to try to be different for our association, we are going to try to do our best to donate that other pizza to the event where people could actually taste some of the pizza that's being cooked. Another advantage, you could put your little table tent with your cook team or your business name with that pizza, and that's one way we're going to try to be different than the other associations where people could actually taste some pizza.
That's great. And I mean, even the steak cook-off, it's so hard to go to you can't generate interest unless you're competing if you're not sampling the wares. Otherwise, what's the point of me going to watch a bunch of people cook pizza if I can't taste it?
That's exactly right. That was our first thoughts when my wife and I went to our first barbecue event. Where's the food? Or can we taste something? And we couldn't. So that stuck out in my mind a lot. So we're going to do that.
I saw that presentation, tomahawk chop at one, and couldn't eat it. They wouldn't let me have it. I'm like, just a little bit. Nope. Man, I was so sad. That was a good day and a bad day all in one. So, all right. So we have the ovens. We have the option of, timing people. You pick your time. You can use all of your 15 minutes or not. Make 2 pies, turn in 1. We've done that in the past. So that's not necessarily a new thing for everybody as well. There will be refrigeration on site, you said? Yeah.
We're going to try to accommodate as best we can. For this first event, we do have some refrigeration. So anybody that wants to come from out of state, definitely email me, get in touch with me. We'll make those arrangements. And then at further events, we'll do our best to try to have some type of refrigeration there for you.
Okay. And it's, as most competitions, it's bring your own dough and ingredients. You will have, for each oven, there's a set of oven tools, such as your peels, the 2 sets of peels.
Yeah. We'll have 3 sets of peels, lollipop. We'll take care of the wood-fired ovens as far as, keeping them stocked with wood for you and keep that temp up for you. But, it's basically bring your own dough, bring your own ingredients, and you make your best pizza. Whatever you think that style of pizza, any style of pizza you want to make, Detroit, Sicilian, whatever your best is, that's what we want you to turn in.
And you said you're also going to have a Gosney there as well,
We
right?
will. Yes.
Okay. And they have the option to use that if they want, for maybe somebody who is, say, the backyard pizza enthusiast who's comfortable on that.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. And so basically this is going to be like every other competition where all the tools for the oven to actually peels in and out is taken care of.
Correct.
But any other specialized tools for prepping, cooking, anything like that, make sure you bring with you, like any other competition. I would even say if you're going to be cooking in a pan, some people have been doing Detroit's lately, bring that pan holder because the odds are there might not be one here.
Right.
Everybody's going to do their best to make sure that you'll have everything that you need, but things fall through the cracks. So be prepared. Or be ready to roll with the punches. And, that's some of the beauty of competition in my book is some of those little hiccups and still coming out doing your best.
That's right.
With speed bumps. So, all right. And these, who's judging all this? I put qualified expert judges, but those are just 3 words, Jerry. What do they mean?
We've conducted some judging classes over the last probably 6 or 8 months. We actually had an event scheduled last year and it got canceled due to COVID, but I have about 20 judges trained so far. They went through about a 4-hour class. We cooked pizzas on site. We trained judging them together and went over all the points of all the different categories in depth. And then at the end of the competition, or at the end of the judging class, we simulated a finals where I put 5 pizzas out there, all different styles, and let them judge on their own. And it went very well. I find out that it's nice to have these classes pretty small. I usually do them about 6 to 8 at a time. And it really gives you a lot of good, close attention. Everyone's intimate. I think they're better, more free to ask questions and such, so they get a lot out of that class.
Yeah, well, and you want your judges to be as educated and have as much knowledge as possible if they have none going in. But I think you're right. Having that smaller, more hands-on, one-on-one type atmosphere opens them up to ask questions they might not in a crowd. And
Right.
it's about the judging.
Yep.
So, all right, I think we've covered the first event, May 14th in McDonough, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, for a big name area. So register at www.pizzacook-off.com. So now, Manda, why don't you tell us a little bit? There's a second event already in the works or on the books. What is it? Which is it?
Definitely is. Yeah, we've had a lot of people already asking. So we're excited to tell everybody it will be in Cleveland, Ohio. And it's going to be July 31st. We've listened to everybody's suggestions and helpful hints, and we decided to do it on a Sunday. That way it's a little bit easier for business. If you got to shop and Friday and Saturday, it's not always easy to get away. Again, with the staffing issues and everything now, we hear all sorts of things. So we figured, let's try the Sunday. Cleveland is a huge, huge pizza area from here. So that's all we talk about here is our pizza. I'm not sure why everybody, when you talk about pizza, it's New York and Chicago, but
nobody's
Cleveland's
ever heard
huge
of
for
Cleveland pizza. I didn't say that. I need to be careful because I'll probably be going there. Cleveland, I am so sorry.
Wow. Okay. Well, all those U.S. Pizza team members from Cleveland, I am going to apologize ahead of time for that.
That's one, Lamarca, and you know who you are.
There's Lamarca, there's Brad Corbin, there's Craig Allenbaugh, there's Samoski. I could keep going, but I won't. I'll just say they're all wonderful. There's a ton of them. Yes. So
I jacked it. I'm sorry.
Here in Cleveland. Northeast. So for Dave Conti, who was asking, Cleveland will be the next one, July 31st. So right now, as we have planned, the amazing U.S. Pizza team member, Craig Allenbaugh, he is the owner of Sauced Wood-Fired Pizza, and that is here in Cleveland. He is offered up his shop to have the competition. So that will be the plan, and it's going to be pretty exciting. Everybody's looking forward to it. We have a ton of people ready to compete, and I'm really, really hoping with so many people that kind of call to ask questions about it, that a lot of the people that don't own the shops, the people that cook pizzas at home, the steak competitors who have all reached out to me. I'm a steak judge as well for those competitions, and they've all asked about pizza. They've all been practicing their doughs and working on their sauces, and now is the time. You asked for it, it's here. I expect to see all of you there. It'll definitely be a big event, to say the least.
Is there somewhere where people can go find out information about it yet, or register even? Because I know that there is this. Whoop, put us on the other side there. There we go.
There is that. That was just a little
But
teaser.
this,
Everybody was asking for where the second location will be. So that was the teaser. Again, the date we ended up going with will be July 31st. The registration will be opening up within the next 2 weeks. And a little treat for everybody. The first, what do you think, Jerry? Maybe 15 people?
Yeah, we could do 15.
Okay, the first 15 people who sign up and register to compete competition will get their $35 fee reimbursed to them. So their membership for the year will be covered. So they could actually compete at all different places then whenever they want. And it'll be covered. So that's a little treat. So as soon as that registration is up, we'll have it on all of our Facebook pages, and get in there and register.
say one more time, because in all my producer glory, I cut you off right at the beginning. We heard most of it. I just want to make sure it's all clear. Yeah.
That's okay. I'm used to that in life. I have a child. It is the first 15 people who register once the registration goes up on the website. Once you register to compete for the Cleveland competition, and it has to be competitors, you will get your $35 membership fee reimbursed back to you.
Okay. That's not bad, because, there are going to be a lot of benefits once this gets up and rolling. Jerry, what are some benefits coming along with membership in the PCA?
We are trying to develop some sponsors. You can see some of those sponsors behind me. Alpha being our main sponsor. We have another wood-fired oven, Fire Within. We have Gosney on board. Portion Paddle. They make a little grooved paddle where you slice the pizzas are all evenly sliced. And I have Carolina Cook Wood. They are a gracious sponsor for all the firewood that we use. We plan on having some discounts with some of these vendors as we start to grow. You'll also you'll receive your membership card and lanyard, a little sticker, for the PCA. And as we grow, we're going to throw more and more discounts at you as we develop those with different sponsors.
Okay. Again, it is, kind of burgeoning and just budding right now. So I guess at this point, if people are wanting to get involved, I guess we got to talk about, how to get involved with the PCA. Obviously I was just showing some emails there a minute ago, but how do people get involved with the PCA? To compete, sponsorship, judging, reps, or volunteers, anything like that?
Yeah, right now, all the different aspects, as Brian just mentioned, as far as judging, when we have an event in your city, there'll be on the judges tab on the website. You'll just go into that tab, and there'll be classes available prior to the event. We'll get a group of minimum of 10, hopefully up to maybe 15 judges. You sign up for that, and we'll go through that class. So if you want to be a judge, that's how you go about that. If you want to, compete, I would suggest you take a judge's class. It gives you a little bit of inside information on what we're looking at as far as how we judge, what we judge and what's permissible. So that's perfectly fine. The other associations do the same thing. They recommend that. Volunteer wise, at each event, we always can use volunteers. Some people may not like pizza, but they just like to help out. So everyone is welcome in that type of event as far as volunteer goes. So just reach out to whoever is sponsoring that event, and and we'll get you involved that way.
So this is definitely sounding like it's very much competitions for the people, kind of put on by the people, right? This is not just an association that is stamping these out in different cities. It's very much in cooperation with an operator, such as Manda said with Craig Allenbaugh.
Correct. So that promoter is actually in charge of the event. We could actually curtail some of these events and make it special to that city.
Okay.
We welcome any ideas. As the promoter, you can make those suggestions. We also have what's called an ancillary cook, and that sort of fills in the day. It's an additional category. You don't have to be a member, but you have to be part of a cook team to be able to cook an ancillary. And in my association, we want those ancillaries to be Italian. So we have different categories such as appetizers, desserts, stromboli, calzones, risotto, pasta, subs. So we're going to try to make it that a fun part of the event as well. And
yeah, I was going to try to write them down as you went, and then I realized I didn't know how to spell ancillary. So there are lots of different events that go along with this. Now you said like Italian appetizers and things like that. So there are numerous other events instead of just pizza. But you said you have to be a part of a cook team. Can you describe what that is? Because I don't know that I even knew that. So
yeah, so once you sign up to register to be a cook, you can have multiple people on your team. So you could come in as a business if you have a restaurant, but you're actually part of a cook team.
Okay.
And so it might be a family oriented, backyard cook that everyone gets involved. A husband and wife are making the pizza, and the kids are cooking ancillary. So
okay, got it. All right, I mean, it obviously offers more events for everybody, and it's a nice way to either bring your staff with as a way to reward them, kind of boost their performance too. And the ego boost from being picked to go represent your pizzeria at a competition is, for somebody who's just working the line, it's a lot. So. But thanks for clarifying the cook team. I wasn't quite sure what that meant. So, I mean, at this point, we've got May 14th. We have Atlanta, Georgia, and July 31st, we have Cleveland, Ohio. Do we have anything else on the books as far as future events? I know they're coming all over the place. Is it really dependent on who wants to put them on, or are there other locations decided yet?
Yeah, it is whoever wants to promote. And I have a couple things in the works. One will be another one here locally in Georgia sometime in September. We have one in the works for Gulf Shores down in Gulf Shores to coincide with a steak cook-off event. That one's actually going to be televised. We have a gentleman in Virginia that wants to be a rep and have an event up in his area. So word is starting to get out. And I did forget to mention a part of being involved is being a PCA rep. And what that is pretty much an extension of me, Manda. It would be a matter of just getting trained to know all the rules and being that liaison between the PCA and whoever's promoting that event to throw an event in your area.
Oh, okay. You can kind of be the logistical manager to help make these happen. Like you said, just the go between the PCA and the operator.
Correct.
Nobody can
That's
plan
awesome.
a local event better than somebody who actually lives in that city. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you find your media connections. You find the best sponsors you possibly can, your coverage, and obviously the competitors.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, was there some support from the PCA when somebody does this? As far as, like you said, they're great at doing the local kind of coverage and stuff like that. But on a national level, if we're looking for people from out of state, does the PCA back them up with like posts and or advertising, or how does that work?
Yeah. Once you talk about having an event in your area, it's basically there's a sanction form on the website. So you get in touch with me, and we go over the event. You submit that form into us. And at that point, it'll get booked on our calendar. And from there, that's when the wheels go into motion on getting some judges trained in that area, and then actually helping promote that event. So Brian's bringing up the event we currently have. This one's being sponsored by our county Parks and Recreation for Henry County. They are the promoter. So we create a flyer for that. It gets posted, and then we do everything to support that event we possibly can.
Okay.
We're here. I'm here always as a reference, and then as we grow, there'll be different people in different places such as Manda, yourself, to help with things.
That's great. I like the fact that it's something that people want. Pizza competitions, obviously, but it actually gets people involved in it to where they can make it their own. The Pizza Cook-Off Association is probably not going to have the same looking event twice. Would you think? Are they all going to look different?
A little bit. I think so.
Everyone will definitely be different, including the awards that people can get. When it comes to the trophies, it's going to be left up to those promoters to see what they actually win, which is a big thing with the state competitions and the barbecue. Sometimes people just go out for the trophies. It's not even the money the money is always nice, don't get me wrong, but some of the trophies that you win, that's the bragging rights. That's the exciting stuff.
And Bruce, I see you have a little post up there, bring it to Florida. I actually have a guy right outside of Destin who definitely wants to be a rep, and he wants to have an event down in Florida too. So I'm getting approached on all sides, which is a good thing. So we're going to make these happen as best as we can.
It is.
Well, I was just going to tell.
I'm sorry. We have New York and Chicago and Kansas City, Dallas, Fort Worth. Yes, California. We've got a few over there. So they're all over interested.
I was just going to say, Bruce, you could be a rep. You could bring one to Tampa, Florida.
Sure
Bruce.
can.
But yeah, it looks like you guys have wheels and gears grinding all over the country, it sounds like. And the more that it's seen, the further it spreads out, the more they're going to have. I mean, what do you think the benefits of it? I think, Manda, you nailed it, is the fact that if people can't take the time off to get away to Vegas, across the country or something like that. I do want to wrap this up here in a minute, but I want to let everybody know, if you got your final questions for Jerry Belcastro and Manda Cicirella of the Pizza Cook-Off Association, put them in your comments and we'll make sure that I ask them and they answer them. But Jerry, I wanted to let you know just real quick. Hold on a second. Piper's, everybody go visit Piper's Scratch Pizza Shop in Tampa, Florida. Bruce, get ready for all of 6 viewers coming to you tomorrow. It's been up and down. Just currently, everybody got the info that they need and they take it off. But hey, Bruce, hey, I drive through Florida or Tampa on my way down there. So maybe one day, on my way to visit my parents, maybe one day I'll stop in. That'd be great. So hopefully one day you'll have a competition down there and we'll be able to visit you in person. But Jerry, final thoughts on the Pizza Cook-Off Association. What is one final takeaway that you want people to have about this? And then, Manda, I'm going to come to you with the same question.
We're open and available. So any thoughts you have, any questions you have, how you want to get involved, I'm very accessible. Brian put the right now the website or email address is going across the bottom of the screen. Feel free to reach out to me. This thing is going to grow and evolve, and the most thing, what I look forward to is just having a fun event. We got to make it fun. We're going to make it fun, and that's what it's all about.
All right, it's pizza. If it's not fun, you're doing it wrong. Manda, what are your thoughts? Your final thoughts? The final takeaway you want folks to have? Being in the industry for this many years, this is what so many have asked for. So it's finally here. So for all of you guys and girls who've been asking about more and more competitions, we're putting it right here on a silver platter for each one of you. Show up,
We can't have the competitions if nobody's there to compete. So get online, register. And I mean, really, who doesn't want $1,000? Also with the shows, like Jerry has so much lined up for people to come and check out the first one over in Georgia. It's going to be so much fun. They have a battle of the bands coming and other things Jerry was telling us about. So come and check it out. Just see what it's about. Even if you're not sure yet, or if your pizza's good enough, it's kind of worth it to try for $1,000.
Anybody first time competing, it's always don't go there anywhere first time expect to win. Expect to get your ass kicked, but walk away from that learning something about it. Go there and use it as an experience. And you're absolutely right, Manda. Even if you don't do well, go check it out. Is it too late to sign up in the Battle of the Bands? Do you take solo acts?
No, not too late at all. I'll get you in there.
He's like, sure. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm very excited. I'm ready to go. I got my T-shirt the other day. I forgot to bring it, so I can't wait to get out there. I want to see as many of my pizza friends and competitor friends out there competing. If not, we're going to tell you what it's like and hope to see you at the next one. But May 14th, guys, go sign up right now at pizzacookoff.com. Check out what it takes to be part of the PCA, the benefits you get from it. Check out the calendar for all these future upcoming events. Sounds like the ball is rolling and it's just getting bigger as we go. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, asking your questions. Dave and Bruce, thank you guys so much. We appreciate your time, patience, and your attention. Everybody, want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. The world's opening back up, and that means more pizza competitions. So we'll see you guys, if not May 14th, then July 31st. And if not, then you're dead to me. So, so everybody stay safe and stay sane. We'll see you guys next time.